So in this particular video, I'll be explaining how to get what sniper entry and exit using liquidity. So most of my entries and exits are based on liquidity concepts. That's why if you watch my take profit level, the moment market take my profit, it will reverse back immediately. The moment market take my profit, it will reverse back immediately. The moment market hit my take profit level, it will immediately reverse back. So in this particular video, I'll be explaining how I do set my take profit using liquidity concept and how I do set my what my entry using liquidity. So before I take a particular trade, I use liquidity to take the trade. And before I exit a particular market or a particular pair, I use liquidity. So I use liquidity concept for my entry and for my exit. So in this particular video, I'll be explaining that in this video. So I already made a video of how I do get sniper entries. You can go and watch it. And I already made a video of how to set your stop loss. So in this particular video is how to get what entries using liquidity and how to get exits. Let me use GBPJPY because someone was asking on my comment section, why is it that I mostly trade with gold? Because I just like gold. But let me start with GBPJPY in this particular video. So on GBPJPY, when I got my directional bias, which I already made a video on that, then my bias, I went down toward my entry time frame, which was on the 5-minute time frame. That was for the first entry. Then I saw that the market gave me what entry for a buy. Now the question that came to my mind is this: where am I buying to? Where's the nearest door on liquidity on this particular entry? That was the first question that came to my mind. So the type of liquidity I make use of are either you call it swing high or swing low, trend line liquidity, which is this trend line over here. Then I make use of what? Equal highs and equal low liquidity. This is an example of an equal high liquidity over here. This one over here. So for this particular entry, when the market gave me my entry confirmation and I took this buy from here, my take profit level was at this as at taking at this trend line liquidity. Now, what is the psychology behind it? Now, I know that you cannot be looking for reversal when market has not taken liquidity. So anybody that's trying to look for reversal at these zones will be taken out. Anyone trying to look for reversal to sell at this zone will be taken out. Anyone trying to sell at this zone will be taken out. And anyone trying to sell at this zone will be taken out. So what did I do? I check where's the nearest door on liquidity on this particular or this particular chart. Then I saw what a trend line liquidity. I saw what equal highs liquidity. That was why my take profit level was at taking out what the entire liquidity. And you can see what happened. The moment market take out the liquidity, immediately what reverse back a bit. Then it continued because why did this particular trade continue? There was another liquidity on the upside, which is this one. So this is another trend line liquidity, and you can see over here when I took this buy, my entry was to take out what this trend line liquidity. And what happened? Immediately market take out the trend line liquidity, immediately what reverse back. So for my entries, the liquidity I pay attention to what is my single candle inducement or my multiple candle inducement. For this particular trade, I saw what a double break of structure. Then I got a single candle inducement over here. Then I got what my POI, which is the one that's closest to inducement. Then when I took this particular trade, your stop loss is meant to be what below this other block that is visible here. Because sometimes GBPJPY will mostly pierce your POI to take liquidity and to take your stop loss as a liquidity. So when I took this particular trade, the thing that came to my mind is this: where's the nearest door on liquidity on this particular chart or this particular setup? And I saw this trend line liquidity as the nearest door on liquidity. And also I was targeting that toward that point. I getting it. Then for this particular second entry, this one, you can see what I have here: a market structure shift, single candle inducement, this small black one, then my other block POI. So when I took this particular trade, the thing that came to my mind is this: where can I target as my drawn liquidity? And if you watch over here, I already take out this trend line liquidity. I already take this one out. So I went to the 2 hours time frame. Then on the 2 hour time frame, I'm seeing what this inducement. So inducement is another part of liquidity I pay attention to when taking my exit, which is my take profit level. So when I saw this trend inducement liquidity or the inducement, then I use it as my take profit level. Why? Because I know there's POI on the 4 hour time frame. So on this POI here, the inducement is this one. So that was why my take profit for the buys at the inducement, because market will definitely touch this breaker block for a possible sell to the downside. And you can see what happened. The moment market hit my take profit level, immediately what? Reverse back to the downside. Why? Because it have already taken out liquidity, which is the inducement liquidity. Now for this other one over here, when I got this particular entry, the thing that came to my mind again is this, and this is how I got the entry. It's on the 3 minute time frame. But at first, I got the structure on the 1 hour time frame. And I told you guys, I'm saying it again, I don't like to enter from the 1 hour time frame. I don't like anything in the higher time frame for my entries. So there was a particular entry over here. We got a what? Double break of structure, inducements. Then this other block is the one that's closest towards our inducement. So this inducement now is the liquidity I use when taking my entry, right? There are two types of inducement for entries. We have the multiple candle and the single candle. So this blue candle, yes, is an example of a what? Single candle, and there are rules in picking it. So if you want me to make a video on that, I'll make a video. Then this one over here is an example of a multiple candle inducement, and there are rules in picking a multiple candle inducement also. I want to make this particular video short, so I'll not be saying all those things here. Now, when the market tap this other block, after taking out my inducement liquidity, tap this other block, I don't like to enter from the higher time frame. I just don't like it. So what did I do? I went down to the 3 minute time frame. Then on the 3 minute time frame, while at that same POI, I look for what? Structural liquidity POI. I also look for liquidity when taking this particular trade. Now, on this 3 minute time frame, you can see what? We have a what? Market structure shift. Market breaking this high, indicating market structure shift. I have my liquidity here, which is the inducement liquidity, and the POI that is visible here for me is this other block here. So that was why my entry was at this other block. Stop loss below this low. And take profit now. I also use liquidity for my take profit. And which liquidity did I use? I went all the way to the 1 hour time frame. Why? Because I was using the 1 hour time frame POI as my entry. So I'm using the 1 hour time frame liquidity as my exit. Then you can see over here, there's a trend line liquidity over here. So my exit was taking out this trend line liquidity. And that was why you see I was targeting this high. And the moment market take out my liquidity, what happened? Immediately reverse back to SL. So my target was at this, taking out this liquidity. Why? Because I entered from the higher time frame POI, which is the 1 hour. So I was targeting the 1 hour liquidity. When I entered from the 5 minutes POI over here, I was targeting the 5 minute liquidity. Are you getting it? So let me give another example on GBPUSD. Now on GBPUSD over here, the market gave a buy entry. My bias was bullish. I already made a video on bias. This particular entry over here was on the 5 minute time frame. Like I said before, I don't like using higher time frame. So on the 5 minute time frame, I got this entry. Then my target was at taking out this entire trend and liquidity. You can see it very clearly, very clear. Not only that, there's an example of an equal high liquidity here. This is an example of an equal high liquidity. So my target was at taking it out for this first entry. Then for this second entry, which is at the other block, we have a double break of structure, inducement, other block. So this other entry, my target is in the same place, taking out the trend line liquidity and the equal high liquidity. Then for this third entry, it was gotten from the 30-minute time frame. My target was in the same place, taking out the trend line liquidity and the equal high liquidity. So this one you can see I use liquidity to enter. Double break of structure, inducement liquidity, breakout block POI, and there are rules in picking this. If you want me to do that, I'll do that in another video, not this particular video. Then when I hit my overall target, so when I hit the target for this entry, what did I do? I went back to the 1 hour time frame because I've not hit my overall target. My directional bias is fully bullish on the daily time frame and on the 4 hour time frame. So this is my overall bias on the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, my overall bias is to take out this inducement over here. So since I have not taken out the inducement, now mind you, you don't make this mistake by trying to take out everything at a time. No, you can't do this kind of thing. Sometimes market will just reverse back and take you out before going your direction. So all you do, when you analyze the particular bias and your bias is very far, like your target is very, very far, you don't try to take out everything at once on a single setup. When you enter a particular trade, you try to take out the drawn liquidity on a particular trade. Then you enter on another trade again, try to take out the drawn liquidity on another trade, targeting that same bias or that same direction. You're not looking for sales, you're looking for only buys, buys, buys. And for your buys, you're targeting what? The nearest dawn liquidity. So when I take out the nearest dawn liquidity on this particular one, then I got this particular entry over here again, which is one you can see over here. We have a double break of structure. We have this is on the 1 hour time frame, guys. So on the 1 hour time frame, we got this double break of structure over here. Then we got our inducement liquidity over here. Then when market have this breaker block on the 1 hour time frame, I always say it, I don't use the words higher time frame for entries. So I went down to the 3 minute time frame because the market was volatile at the moment. So it all depends on the volatility of the moment. At this moment, the market was volatile, so I had to use what the 3 minute time frame. And on the 3 minute time frame, you can see what I saw here: market structure shift, inducement liquidity for my entry, and POI, which is the other block. That was why I got this entry 1:10. And where's my target? So now, since I went back to the 4 hour time frame, there's no liquidity again apart from what my overall target, which is the what inducement liquidity. So I had to draw my overall target to hit the what inducement liquidity for this GBPUSD. So that was why I got this entry and my target was there. And just watch what happened. The moment market hit my target, immediately start ranging. You can see it. It hit the target, it started ranging before it moved up again, using what liquidity for exit.